all kinds of halls all over the country, keep fit classes for girls and women are being held. These two don't mean to be late if they can help it. People of all types and classes take part, and they soon make friends and conversation. And of course, you never know when you may need a friend to get you out of a dilemma, especially if it's a bit tight. The leader sees that the hall is well aired, and then gathers the class together for the first skip round. Everyone joins in, and if you're a bit late, you find a place wherever you fit in. After this first limber up, there's some quiet walking to give you time to get back control of your breath. Some of the newcomers who have only just joined are a bit out of condition, and this chance of a rest is very welcome. The work of the class is adapted to the age of its members. No one is asked to do anything too strenuous. When the music stops, they all sit down for a foot movement. Our feet ought to be very much more flexible than they are, and well-exercised feet help you to keep fresh in housework or shopping or standing about at your job. Feet are not always lovely to look at. Many of the girls you see on a bathing beach are perfectly beautiful from head to ankle, but from the ankle downwards they spoil the effect. Some girls are more afraid of a sandal than a scandal. But this exercise also helps to beautify the feet, so it's worthwhile taking a little trouble. Now for the next movement. See how she peels her foot off the ground. This is making her feet supple for all her walking or running or dancing. It's an attractive exercise, and girls who are in the habit of kicking off their shoes in a cinema might pass the time exercising their toes. But you should make all your joints flexible, not only in your feet, but also in your chest and the upper part of your back. Can you do this? It will help you to hold yourself well. It looks quite simple, but naturally there is a right way and a wrong way of doing this, as there is of everything else. When they go down again, we're going to show you what happens to the hands, for the hands play an important part. They relax and then turn round, not by an arm movement, but by shoulder movement. Look how the shoulder blades pull together. If you look very hard, you can see very well. Every muscle is playing its part in the movement. Now the lady has got dressed again, we can go back to the class and show you another movement in the scheme of keeping fit. If you have been able to do that shoulder exercise well, you'll particularly enjoy this one. Now learn to balance, for balance is most important. Let's watch how they do it in groups of 3. Swing up early, hold it. Some find it very difficult and look worried about it. But here is a really good poise. Now they break up from their little groups and reform for the next movement. This time it is a movement for the arms, and for this you must be upright, not giving anywhere. This is an example of how not to do it. This is the correct way. Poise yourself so that your arms can move freely. By now you should be ready to exercise your whole body, not just a bit at a time. And this is the perfect movement to give you that exercise. Ready, go. The next one because it's specially created to give you a slim waistline. By this time the class has got rid of all those creaks in the joints. Toes touching your opposite number, And now up with the knees and away with those rolls of fat round the middle. This is another fascinating movement, reminiscent of the hammers on a grand piano. Up till now they've all been exercising, so for a change they're going to try relaxing. In these strenuous days it's worthwhile to know how to relax properly, and the experienced eye of the instructor looks round the class and tells at once who is relaxing properly and who has just passed out. Well, we said we wanted them to relax, and here they are doing it properly. They all look about as full of life as if it were time to get up in the morning. But as soon as we give the word, they'll come very much to life. They've exercised and relaxed, and now they feel in perfect physical condition, buoyant and light as air. The next part of the class is composed of different activities, and each member may choose to do which one she likes best. 9 of them are skipping, which is a fine all-round exercise but hard work. It needs frequent periods of rest. Notice how alive and springy the feet are. Notice the excellent poise of the body and the easy rhythmic action of arms and shoulders. Don't fancy skipping, you can try a little practice with the medicine balls, a dead weight of 2 pounds each. To catch without a jerk, the whole body must give. There is a beautiful stretch as the ball is thrown up. And of course there are several variations in the exercise with the medicine ball. Another one is the swing, and to do this movement correctly, you need lots of rhythm and no stiff muscles at all. As an exercise for wrists and hands, it is hard to beat. If you do this properly and regularly, you'll find that it's costing you less in broken crockery when it comes to washing up time. And now for an overhead exercise for the whole body. From toes to fingertips, every muscle and fiber is getting a job to do. Don't forget that the medicine ball weighs 2 pounds, yet these girls control it with their fingertips as if it were a balloon. These slow motion studies enable you to appreciate the rhythm of this movement. In fact, it has in it all the grace of the famous balloon dance, but of course you can do this version without starting the neighbors talking. And this exercise comprises the same movement as the previous one, although it is slightly different in execution. For while you continue the swing of the body and arms, you let the ball go. If you want to do this exercise before breakfast at home, you can easily persuade your husband or brother to catch the ball while he's shaving. Now that's enough of that. Some of the members who find the medicine ball too strenuous try an easy game with the bean bags. The idea is to pick them up and pass them along to the leader. After that, the 2 teams run across and each player catches her bag and throws it back. Then they all form the line again, pass the bags again, and try to beat the time of the opposite line. It's great fun, quite simple, and a dead heat. But whatever forms of activity they may have been enjoying, all the class joins in the dance that ends the lesson. After that, they come out much fresher than they went in and still full of conversation. Many halls nowadays are equipped with shower baths, and after all that exercise, there's nothing in the world to equal a shower bath. Is it cold? Yes, but she feels fine and fit.